In Mfuleni staan die ongelooflike Zolile Malindi Senter, 'n opleidingsentrum wat ongeveer 40,000 gemeenskapslede bereik elke jaar met nie net opleiding en hulpbronne nie, maar ook basiese gesondheidsorg. Om ons meer te vertel, verwelkom asseblief die General Manager van African Tikkun, Lizo Madinga. Lizo, welcome to Tussen Ons.
Thank you.
40,000 members of the community you reach every year with the work that you do there. Tell us more. How is this done?
Okay, the history of Africa Tikkun was established 25 years ago by the late Cyril Rabbi Harris and also the late Dr. Betty Lapner. And it started as an outreach organization in the Johannesburg CBD, reaching out to various community-based organizations. Throughout, they wanted to have a legacy, that it was just not about charity, but 50 years or 100 years when they're gone, there'll be a legacy, and that's how Africa Tikkun started. And Zolile Malindi Center is amongst 5 centers that we have. We have 4 in Johannesburg, and we have 1 in Cape Town, which is in Mfuleni. And we have a model that is 360, which is cradle to career, where we start to work with children from the age of 3 years to 6 years in our early childhood development, and we move with them to our child and youth development program with children from grade 1 to grade 12. From there, we have a youth program for post-matric youth, where they get into the work readiness program, so that once those who cannot get into colleges and universities, they can get into this 3 months program, where it's either they can start their own initiatives through hair and beauty, or find job placements in various partners and also other companies. So that's the work we do. The work does not only, the 40,000 is not only the children and youth, but also their families. Because part of the 360 model, we have social workers that provide psychosocial support. And one of the hard-hitting topics currently in the country is the number of abuse on children and women. And the work that we do is to provide that support to those children and their families through the initiatives that we have through parenting, fatherhood training, where we have fathers mentoring young men to become better citizens.
Oh, that is incredible. Again, the men, father, yes.
And I love this idea of cradle to career. So you take them very young. And in your clients, the people that you help, how many are girls or women? Is it about 50-50, or are you focused on?
I would say, I think because generally, I think there's more women than men. Strangely, in our programs, we have more girls than young men. But we make it our own to make sure that we have more young men to come into the programs, and not only just for them to do something while their parents are still at work, but to get something meaningful, so that they can be better citizens. Yeah.
Sure. Now, I know Mrs. Jones touched on it earlier in our earlier interview, speaking about parenting classes that almost need to be taught. And I think starting with the fathers, that is what you do. So what happens in that training program?
Well, these are ordinary men from Mfuleni. These are ordinary men. These are parents of some of the children that comes to the center, giving back. Because one of the biggest challenge is that as men, we are the first to talk about and march and call conferences and meetings. But when gender-based violence happens, we keep quiet, because it affects my friendship, it affects my siblings, or it affects generally my society. So the whole program is around so that men take initiative. Because one of the biggest challenges we have, we lack good role models. Our young people get role models from different people who are not necessarily good role models, because they see them with flashy things, they see them with
that
flashy life.
The norm
and
now.
Then, yes,
If you want to be a man.
and then automatically that becomes the epicenter of young people.
Which is very sad.
Yeah.
But we've got a friend at KFC Ad Hope, Lindy Hoffman. She sent us a video. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Hallo almal, is so lekker om weer by julle te kan kom inloer en 'n bietjie KFC Ad Hope te gesels. Ons bevind onsself nog in die middel van die pandemie, so dit beteken dat ek nog nie fisies by julle kan kom kuier nie, maar dit beteken nie dat die werk van KFC Ad Hope gestop het nie. Inteendeel, ons is baie besig op hierdie oomblik. So boonbehalwe die daaglikse voeding wat ons gee aan die families en die kinders daar so buite gedurende die COVID period, het ons sedert Maart, vandat ons nou in lockdown is, 2.6 miljoen maaltye so ver gegee aan families en in kinders in die nood in. Maar natuurlik is baie van dit nie moontlik sonder die organisasie saam met wie ons werk nie. Hulle doen 'n wonderlike werk vir ons daar buite en gedurende hierdie corona-krisis waarin ons osself bevind, is hulle die mense wat daar buite is, op die grond is en die werk namens ons doen. So met dit gesê, ons het natuurlik nou gehoor van Africa Tikkun, en Africa Tikkun is een van KFC Ad Hope se organisasies saam met wie ons nou al werk sedert 2013. En dit is 'n wonderlike partnership wat ons saam met hulle het. Ek sê altyd, ek wens dat ons Africa Tikkun se program in elke provinsie of net in elke area wat dit so broodnodig is in ons land kan duplicate, sodat die kinders daar die holistiese aandag kan kry, soos wat Africa Tikkun deur hulle program doen. En met dit gesê wil ons baie graag van hulle dankie sê dat ons ook saam met hulle kon gepartner het deur hierdie corona-krisis. Ons weet dat daar baie uitdagings is gedurende 'n tyd soos dit, maar hulle het dit alles moontlik gemaak en hulle kom altyd tot ons redding, as ek dit so kan noem, sodra ons iemand nodig het om saam met ons die pad te stap. Vanaand wil ek aan Africa Tikkun sê dat ons graag aan julle 'n cheque wil oorhandig, en dit is vir 'n bedrag vir 1.5 miljoen rand. En hierdie geld gaan vir julle help om oor die volgende 3 maande die kinders en die families te ondersteun met voeding, jy weet, in hulle households in. So met dit gesê, ek is seker Trys julle gaan nou vir jou die cheque oorhandig, en ons sê vir julle baie dankie, en ons gaan die pad nog aandurf saam met julle in die toekoms in, en dit is maar net vir die volgende 3 maande, maar daar's nog baie op pad. Dankie Africa Tikkun en dankie tussen ons.
Great!
Daar's die ou checkie.
1.5 million rand.
Wow. I'm speechless. Yeah, through our partner, KFC, just in Cape Town alone, not only in Johannesburg, but just only in Cape Town, we have able to distribute about over 6,000 food parcels to our children and their families. Because during these COVID times, they cannot come to the center. And the worst part is that the early childhood development, those children, they get 4 meals a day. They get breakfast, a morning snack, lunch and an afternoon snack before they go home, and also the older ones after school. So now we had to come up with a creative way of making sure that even though they are not coming to the center, they are still fed.
Yeah.
And through doing that, we cannot only send them hot meals, but we must make sure that their families are all fed. Through those food parcels, we are able to make sure that those families, they have food on a monthly basis.
And now you can continue this going. Lizo, thank you very much for work that you do, and everyone at KFC Ad Hope as well. Kom kuier weer volgende week saam, en tot dan gaan kyk na ons foto's en video's op Facebook. Sien jou volgende week.